Hey yo, it's me, the bad guy Zeke 410, back with a brand new episode of WWE Champions. If you enjoy the video, make sure afterwards to leave a like as well as a comment. Plus, if you are new to the channel today, please drop a people's elbow on the subscribe button as well as hit a razor's edge on the bell icon so you can receive all future notifications. This is going to be a short, sweet, and brief video to the point. Scopely dropped the ball hard this weekend. We do have a faction feud to pass the time, but it's going to be an interesting feud because it is actually the first ever women's only faction feud. Hence why it's called Evolution, the women's only pay-per-view that is debuting quite soon. So, to address this is going to go a couple ways. First and foremost, the top card bonus is a +1 move charge to red moves. Then you have the mid card, which gives the bonus of +3 submission turns and generate 2 more black gems. And as you can see, Ronda Rousey is debuting in Champions. She is in the game now. The Ronda Rousey loot. I'm about to cover that. The one downside about this is, aside from this being going to be a challenge for some, because this is really catered towards the pay-to-play community of champions, because you can only do so much unless you already 3-starred your Alexa and your Nia, who were free-to-play units. The other champions, you had to get Naomi from an event. Then everybody else was included at 3-star when the women loot debuted. So then you had 3-star variations of all these young ladies here: Alexa Bliss, Naomi, Nia, Charlotte Flair, Paige, and Natalia. And now Natalia, Alexa, and Nia have been featured into the 2-star chips and the premiums, which is good. But ultimately, a lot of people probably wailed out and got some 3-star variants of those ladies because they had them at 3-star bronze, silver, and gold. And it would not be surprising that there are some 4-star champions of these women already out. So you want to tread lightly. I'm personally saying just play it casually. Get in, get out, do what you can, especially if you only got 2 stars, because the grind's going to be harder for the milestones, because you're basically going to be fighting a bunch of 2 stars or 1 stars even, or you can run the risk of running into a 3-star, 4-star women's champion, and that's not worth the waste of resources and health packs and tokens. So don't do it to yourself, and don't do it to your faction, unless of course you do have the resources and you do have the women to go at it. Now, I want to address something that's going to be very important to also realize about this feud, is that this feud is going to be 5 teams, so be prepared for lag. Be prepared for glitches. The 00 glitch. You might have to leave your faction, reset, and do your feud score over. But hopefully, you have the champions and the resources necessary to do so. So that's what that is. But two team feuds are far better than 5. Now let's get to Ronda. This has been giving you know this has been giving people a headache. A lot of people have been just very annoyed. So allow me to try to break some things down to you. Earlier today, we were able to get 50 shards of Ronda Rousey as well as Roddy Piper, because they have a link together. And Ronda Rousey is debuting in Champions this weekend. Plus, she is having her first ever title defense at Hell in a Cell. How we went from reuniting the club with Anderson and Gallows to Ronda Rousey, it does make sense because of the situation. But really, this is this is this is where you lose me, because for $100 you get 26 pulls. Now, if you spend cash like from enhanced packs, a 22 pull is $12,100. So obviously they want you to buy the loot, because there is an event going on where if you spend these coins, earn and spend these coins, you are going to be able to get milestones that give you more shards for Ronda, and you get more coins so you can pull and try to get Ronda this way. And for each of these packs, you do get additional shards. So the 100 pack with the 26 loot, you get 20 shards of Ronda every time. So Ronda is featured at 3-star gold. You need to understand that. So if you see Ronda in the feud, she is 3-star gold, because she can only be unlocked at 800 shards, the same way Piper is. Now, as I mentioned before, you can do a 22 pull with cash, 12,100. But they obviously want you to go for that 26 with the $100. All right. Now, there's the shards, 10 to 400 shards for Ronda and 10 to 50 for Piper. The banner is stacked, too stacked. And that is a bad sign of a banner when you have too much going on, because it's not only shards in here, there's also the cards in here. You could pull the card of Ronda, and there's a chance that someone does get lucky and does pull Ronda at 3-star gold, or we're going to get hit with the reality of we're going to get hit with these shards, because the OG Gearson did a video and he did it earlier. Salute the G. He got pulled 85 shards. So that 85 shards plus the 50 that we get from our in-game message, that would put Gearson at 130, right? 135 shards. That's where he would be at. And if you do the milestones like I mentioned, you get more shards. You get a total of 60 shards here. So we go from 135, and then we go all the way up to 195 shards. All right? But then you think about it, he probably bought 2 packs, that additional 20. So then we go from 195 to 235 in shards. This is a blatant cash grab, y'all. Like, it's literally, there is the chance that someone did pull the card. There's no lie about that. There's no denying that chance, that possibility. But again, when you go and look at that banner, before you pull, look at all the shards and then look at all the cards. You're going to be probably pulling more shards in 2-star silvers and golds than Ronda herself as the card. And that's why I don't like it. I mean, cool, you get, if you get her, you do get the tour. Like, we've had this with Dusty, we've had this with DDP, we've had this with Sergeant Slaughter. Don't get me wrong, if you pull her, salute, congratulations, you deserve it. Go and do it. And that's great. But it's so hard to try to pull for a certain unit when you got so many shards of that unit also included. So you need 800. So literally, you'd have to be pulling and pulling, or you pray to God you got lucky and you pulled, twice for her and you got the 400 shards each time, or you did one pull and you got the 800 altogether. But ultimately, you're just going to be walking away with 10, 25, maybe 50. And even when you add in that extra 60 from there and the 50 that you got, it's literally making you have to pay to get Ronda. And I don't like that at all. I definitely disagree with this. Her debut could have been cleaner. She could have easily been in a women's loot alone without the shards. They could have easily just done the card of Ronda in the women's loot. They could have easily done the Rowdy Ronda Rousey loot and just had the cards. We don't need the shards. The shards are good, but in a sense it hurts you, because now it makes it more difficult to get that explosion. Because now, even if you get the explosion, because of how many champions are in here, you don't even know if you're going to actually pull Ronda. You could pull somebody else. So this literally is like one of the worst things I have ever seen business-wise done by champions in Scopely, and I hope that they fix it. They've already let out and released some, brand new flash sales for diamonds, which are good for 3 stars and 4 stars. But guess what? Not every player has 3 stars and 4 stars yet. And that money is something that, it's regardless, you're going to be putting money into this one way or the other. And it frustrates me. And I'm sorry that I'm going on forever and I'm about to end this right now. But literally, if you see Ronda, she's 3-star gold. Think about that. She's going to be maxed out more than likely. She could easily be taken up at 4-star. Plus with the +3 submission turns, they generate two more gems. Plus she made her submission makes X break gems for more damage. She is going to be a problem. She's literally going to be 2-turning people left and right. She's going to be either making people tap out. She's going to be depleting your health and freaking destroying you with the X break gem. It's just going to be a it's going to be a very tough weekend because if someone has her, they probably spent thousands of dollars to get her. And if they didn't salute, if you did pull her and you didn't have to go all in, but this is blatantly and obviously and tragically the worst cash grab in WWE Champions history. And I pray we don't see this in the future. If we ever get Hogan, if we get Lashley, if we get anybody else that is a top tier champion like Rey Mysterio, I pray they do not approach it the way they did with Ronda. Again, she could have easily been in a women's loot with all the women again and just been the loot, no shards included. She could have easily still had a loot with Rowdy in there with her. They could have easily done this loot pack where you literally just bought the coins for her and called it a day because it's literally just ridiculous. Even the free coins, the free shards that we get from doing our part, it's not even really free because the only free ones you get are the 50 and everything else is literally you just praying to God that you pull Ronda, Rowdy, Rousey. So with that being said, y'all, I hope that y'all have a good weekend. Good feuding, good pulling. Salute again if anyone does pull Ronda. Salute if you also get Piper. But this is literally one of the worst case scenarios in champions recently. We've been doing so well, and obviously there's going to be some bumps along the road, but this wasn't even necessary. So remember this: bad times don't last forever, but bad guys do. And I'm here for y'all. I love y'all. By all means, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And just by all means, just get your voice out, speak to Scopely, let them know how you feel, and hopefully they will do better in the future. So until next time, Crowned Arizona, family first, royalty always. Peace.